Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. We're telling your followers that you started a live video. That's what we're doing. And we're talking about spreading happiness. This is the Spreading Happiness series number 6. And this is Set a Good Example. And basically, hey, how are you doing? So this is the way to happiness. This is the International Day of Happiness from the United Nations special cover that we did. A good friend of ours, Jim Warren, is the artist. Hey, guys. Ciao. So basically, we start off every time. I just want to kind of tell you why we give this book to people, because your survival is important to me. It's important to her. It's important to us. So your survival is important to us. We want you to be happier and more successful and have fun. Hello, Anastasia. So now, what is happiness? Okay.
Hi.
What?
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, everybody.
I said us. And Fume's here with me today because she wasn't yesterday because she was busy helping somebody. I know. So
Got a good product, though.
you did.
Yeah.
So we always do everything we can to help our friends. The definition of happiness is knowing when to introduce your wife correctly.
You're funny.
See, everybody thinks I robbed the cradle. That means stole a baby from the cradle and married her.
And married her.
All right, so happiness, the definition: a condition or state of well-being, contentment, pleasure. Also, happiness is joyful, cheerful, untroubled existence. And also, happiness is the reaction to having nice things happen to one. So when you do nice things for other people, they get happier. When other people do nice things for you, you get happier. But what happens sometimes, people go, well, I just want people to do nice things to me. I don't want to have to do anything. Well, that, you got to create happiness. You have to spread happiness. And the more happiness you spread out, the more you're going to get back. Trust me. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? The more I do things to make her happier, the happier I am. Kind of funny. All right. True joy and happiness are valuable. If one does not survive, no joy and no happiness are obtainable. Trying to survive in a chaotic, dishonest, and generally immoral society is difficult. Any individual or group seeks to obtain from life what pleasure and freedom from pain that they can. Your own survival can be threatened by the bad actions of others around you. Your own happiness can be turned to tragedy and sorrow by the dishonesty and misconduct of others. I am sure you can think of instances of this actually happening. I'm sure we could all think of instances.
A few.
Yeah.
1, 2, 2.
Okay. Such wrongs reduce one's survival and impair one's happiness. You are important to other people. You are listened to. You can influence others. The happiness or unhappiness of others you could name is important to you. So that means there's people around you that you want to be happier, like your kids. Without too much trouble, using this book, you can help them survive and lead happier lives. While no one can guarantee that anyone else can be happy, their chances of survival and happiness can be improved. And with theirs, yours will be. It is in your power to point the way to a less dangerous and happier life. So we've already done the first 5 precepts, so we're going to do number 6, which is set a good example.
Set a good example. That's what it says.
It says set a good example. See? Set a good example. An example is someone or something worthy of imitation or duplication. It's somebody that you look up to. It's somebody that you want to be like. So number 6, to create more happiness, set a good example. This is what you do. Because there are many people one influences. The influence can be good or it can be bad. If one conducts his life to keep these recommendations in this little booklet, one is setting a good example. Others around one cannot help but be influenced by this, no matter what they say. So sometimes you're going, come on, guys, let's go help someone. And they go, that doesn't do any good. You going and doing it still is amazing. You should watch the videos on YouTube. Look up the video for Set a Good Example. It's amazing. All right. Anyone trying to discourage you is trying to do so because they factually mean you harm or are seeking to serve their own ends, down deep they will respect you. Your own survival chances will be bettered in the long run, since others, influenced, will become less of a threat. There are other benefits. Don't discount the effect you can achieve on others simply by mentioning these things and setting a good example in your own right. The way to happiness requires that one set a good example for others. So I'm sure you guys can think of times that you set a good example for a friend or your children or someone else's children. Teachers, good teachers do this all the time. You know, they not only say things, they actually do things. So it's a matter of setting a good example is not telling your kids what to do.
Right. It's doing the do.
Doing the do.
Yeah. And also you'd be surprised what happens. Like, for example, even just working out, right? You know, obviously that's part of precept number 1.
Take good care of yourself.
But it's also, you know, like you actually go out and you take your walk and you do, you know, you eat a good salad. And I know with my family, if I do that, eventually people start doing it and they'll actually start walking.
Fume's setting a good example for all our friends because they're going, what are you doing? What are you doing? You look so good. You look so young. I said, yeah, I know. She looks so young. And they're going, Jim, you keep getting older. She keeps getting younger.
I don't.
But so, yeah, set a good example. Do things actually, like go out tomorrow, you know, go outside and do something to set a good example for somebody else and notice what happens.
Yeah. But it can also be as simple as just smiling at people, you know, and like, you know, like looking at a child and like saying hi. And
well, here's a good example.
What's that?
When someone says, how are you doing? Instead of telling them all the bad things that happened in the last 24 hours, when someone says, how are you doing? Tell them the good things that happened to you in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Very seldom is it 100% bad day, although sometimes bad things do happen. And if you keep focusing and telling everybody about the bad thing that happened, that's not setting a good example. Just as one example.
Yeah.
So I try to always, you know, shit happens in life. We say this, right? Shit happens, bad things happen. Just don't keep talking about it because you keep the bad things alive versus talking about the good things. Keep the good things alive and do this around your friends and they will feel happier. And then all of a sudden they'll tell you good news. Or sometimes you've been looking for something or, you know, business, or you're trying to do something or find a friend or to go somewhere and by telling someone good things that are happening, they might go, hey, you know what? I have a friend looking for this. And they're going to go, no way. And good things happen. So good things cause other good things.
Exactly. Putting your attention on the positive.
See, marry a good wife, and then you have a good life.
That's right. Marry a good husband.
Yes. Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time I'm perfect. Anyway. She's always perfect because, you know, girls are better than guys.
No, so anyway.
I almost believe that.
So, yeah, so we have a challenge to actually take these precepts and use them.
Yeah, try to use one precept a day. When, you know, get a free e-copy. You can get it in English, an e-copy, or you can go to the website. I'll post it on here so you can get your language. You can get your own language, and they're not expensive. This is not an expensive book. This is very inexpensive. Go to YouTube. You can get this in Russian and Spanish and English. Go to YouTube and watch the videos. They're really simple, and you can show your kids, and sets a good example. Showing your children how to set a good example on video is amazing. They go, oh, I can do that.
Yeah. You know what I did today?
What?
I went walking.
She went walking for
an
hour.
And then I also let someone in when I was driving. And I actually waved at them.
So when someone cuts you off, you can get really angry, or you can go, hey, go ahead and, you know, come in front of me.
Yeah. And you know what? Literally 2 blocks later, someone went, oh, come. And let me
see?
in.
Set a good example, and good things come back to you. All right, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. It's Friday afternoon here in America, and it's Friday night, and sometimes some places it's Saturday morning. So wherever you are, we love you. Have a great day. Your survival is important to us.
Be happy.
Be happy. All right. See you.
See you.